a.m. and the Louisville Planning and Zoning Commission meeting of April 1st, 2014 is now called to order. There is a quorum present. Agenda item 2 is approval of the minutes of the February 4th, 2014 meeting. If there's no discussion or changes, may I have a motion to approve?
I make a motion to approve.
Motion by Brent.
Second.
Okay.
Seconded by Alvin. All those in favor signify aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Agenda item 3 is a public hearing for consent agenda plats. I'll read A and B, and we'll discuss them together and vote as one motion. Item 3A is amended final plat of Castle Hills, Phase 7, Section A. It's a 24.383 acre tract designated Estate Townhouse ETH, containing 80 residential lots and 2 HOA lots. It's located in Castle Hills, just east of Merlin Drive, bordering the city of Carrollton. Agenda item 3B is final plat of Hilton Garden Inn Addition, lots 3R and 4R, Block A. It's a 2.990 acre tract, zone light industrial, and is located in the northwest corner of Lake Vista Drive and State Highway 121.
Good evening, Commissioners. The purpose of the Castle Hills Phase 7 Section A plat is to modify the utility easements on all the properties. The property lines are actually going to be staying the same. And the final plat of Hilton Garden Inn is also a replat, and it is to abandon an access easement that crosses the property. Both plats meet all city requirements, and we are recommending approval.
Questions? Discussion?
No.
Okay. This time we'll open up a public hearing. If anyone wishes to step forward, please do so now. Sign in and state your name. All right, having no one come forward, the public hearing is now closed. Commissioners, final discussion, questions? So may I have a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve consent agenda items A and B.
Okay. Motion by Kristen.
Second.
Seconded by Alvin. Those in favor signify aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Agenda item 4 is a public hearing for zoning. This is consideration of an amendment to Section 17-29.5 SUP, Special Use Permit Regulations of the Louisville City Code, to no longer require an engineering site plan, but instead require certain other plans, drawings, and information to be submitted along with the SUP application. Pasha?
Yes. Good evening, Commissioners. This amendment to the SUP ordinance is what I would consider kind of a cleanup item. As some of you might remember, we adopted the special use permit provisions about a year ago, actually, in April of 2013, to provide the Planning and Zoning Commission of the City Council with more oversight of uses that could potentially be incompatible. Well, after living with the ordinance for a year and processing some cases, it has come to staff's attention that not a full engineering site plan is not necessary at the onset of this process, because what applicants usually do is file for their special use permit, then come back through what you would do with the platting and the engineering site planning process. So an SUP is kind of a preliminary zoning approval, basically, and an engineering site plan is a full set of civil engineering drawings that contains a lot of technical information with regard to drainage, utility locations, irrigation, that we just really is not necessary for the SUP level of review. So what we're proposing doing is amending the ordinance to require some more aesthetic items like landscaping plans and building elevations and layout of the site, so that elected and appointed officials can get an idea of what is being proposed. But every single aspect of the site may not be nailed down yet, and it's our opinion that that's not important at the SUP stage. It's more important to get the concept, how it will function, how it will look, how it will perform, and then go back through the technical aspects of the process.
So the number of documents required, will that vary and depend on the property or the request? Or is it a set number that has to be given each time?
Well, the way it is right now is that every single project going through would have to do this full set of civil engineering plans. And you're right, it may not be applicable for certain sites, especially, let's say, a site that's already existing, and and someone wants to move in and open up a auto repair store, let's say. You certainly wouldn't need to go through the process of doing that full set of engineering site plans. You may need elevations to show how you're going to improve the elevation, landscaping to show what you're going to do there, and other general information about the site, such as setbacks, and fencing, screening perhaps, but right, you would not need the whole gamut. So that's why we're amending this, so it's more, I guess, more applicable to what I would call existing sites that are being redeveloped, and then also for people to basically defray costs of that engineering site plan until they've got their initial zoning approval in place, and they know that at least the concept and the idea is palatable before moving on and spending all that time and effort and money.
Questions?
I'll just make a comment that as a civil engineer, I know those are time intensive to put together, so I think this is a really good amendment to the regulations.
Oh, good.
All right, thanks, Paisha. This time we'll open up the public hearing. If anyone wishes to speak on behalf of this item, 4A, please come forward, sign in, and state your name. Having no one come forward, the public hearing is now closed. Commissioners, additional discussion? Okay. May I have a motion?
I make a motion to approve.
Motion by Brent to approve 4A as presented,
I'll second.
seconded by Kristen. Those in favor signify aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Item 5 is adjournment. Meeting adjourned.